Hey guys, welcome to this video where we are going to talk about kind of like smart tips and tricks to do with ad inserter and just with your ad layouts in general. It's probably the kind of things that not many people on the online marketing sphere will cover, but I think that these are things that work really well for us. So I'm going to share these with you. The first trick I want to share is the less ads on publishing trick, and that is a trick that goes together with our way of promoting content. So, one of the things we do, when we promote content is that we tend to do what we call this shotgun skyscraper, and we'll put a link to the webinar where we talk about that. Where we essentially, find people linking to similar posts and email them and say, hey, do you want a link to our blog post? So for example, today we just released this, is it possible to shrink your post naturally? And then, we send these kind of like emails. It's not for these specific blog posts, but you can see it's like, hey, I'm Helen Sanders. We see that you link to something like this that's similar. You should consider our link. Basically, that's what the template is. And if you click on the link below to webinar, you'll see exactly how we do that, and you get also the template. And anyway, people reply, and we get quite a bit of links out of that. And so before people actually accept to put a link, they actually review the site. They review the content we link to. In that case, that was the health benefits of date fruit. And so if the content is filled with ads in content, then my chances of getting links are much slimmer. So one thing that we do with advertising is that we actually put less advertising for the first week or two of the content being published, and then we put more advertising on it so that, when it ranks in Google and when we're done with the outreach, then we actually make more money per visit. It's very simple, right? So what we're going to look into doing is basically, you can see, for example, this content only has this ad in content, this one, but the rest is basically out. There's no other ad in content. There's just this one at the end. But unlike the other videos I show you, then there's nothing in. Whereas if I actually, go in the blog and I actually go a little bit deeper, there will be more ads in content. So if I go on page 3 or 4, we should find some ads in content. So let's just take this one back and let's see the difference. Right, so you will see that if I scroll down here, there will be ads in content, like here. See, there's an ad in content here, and so on. So there is a bit more ads in content, and they get added after that. So they get added 2 weeks after. And the way you do that in ad inserter is, in that case, I'm taking my in post after paragraph X. And actually, you have an option that's here where you can say, well, the minimum word per post, but also display after 14 days after the post is published. And that option, you can see I put a lot of our in-content ads just 2 weeks after, so we have time to do our outreach. We have time to get people to look at the article and see it's full of value and not very monetized, so people feel it's like a lot of value. And then they link to us, then it means that we have higher chances of ranking, and then the ads automatically get added inside the content. So that is the option I recommend you use. That goes together with the automatic display after paragraph. Put the display after X days published, and that will allow you to make lighter ad posts when you publish them, and then automatically they get more ads as they go. So that is a pretty cool trick. Another thing I wanted to show you is that if you actually go and check, for example, our product review section, and you open one of the posts there, you will see that actually there are a lot less ads. And the reason why is because, well, our focus on product reviews is to make affiliate sales. So we don't want people to click on ads as much as we do when they actually, read another post. So you can see, for example, there used to be a sidebar ad here. Well, it's actually gone. There's no sidebar ad here. There's one on top of the content, but that's pretty much the only thing you will see apart from this other one here, and maybe one at the bottom. But you will see no ad in content at all. There is no ads at the bottom as well. We really focus on our calls to action and on our affiliate links here. And so we actually have a system of blacklists for certain categories, in this case review, and that you do by actually going into your ad setting and going in categories, blacklist reviews, or blacklist whatever category is not really monetized with ads. So our informational content, the stuff that gives free value, that doesn't really sell anything, it's more here for links, for shares, to capture emails as well. Well, these content, we're happy to put ads on it, but the content that is made to sell, we strap the ads. We take them off, or we take most of them off. We found that, having one or two there was actually worth it. but you see that the layout is a lot cleaner. It's not, people are less likely to click on an ad and they're more likely to click on an affiliate link. And that is a really cool trick if you want to kind of like modulate the way you monetize your site with ads depending on the type of content you're putting out. Now, another trick I talked briefly about in another video is the mobile display. So actually with Ad Inserter, you can choose if an ad just shows on desktop, just shows on mobile, just shows on tablet, shows on mobile and shows on tablet and desktop, for example, or whatever. So in that case, that is the option that you have here. You have like desktop, mobile, tablet, phone, desktop and tablet, desktop and phone. And usually what you want to do is you want to kind of change the way you display your sidebar ads. Because your sidebar ads in that case, for example, that is a media.net that is using AdSense in that case, and usually if I take another post, there's going to be some kind of AdSense through Ezoic for us that's going to show on the sidebar. But the thing is, as I said earlier, when you compress your window, these sidebars are gone. So there's no reason to actually use one of your very precious ad spots to put it at the bottom of the content. You will make no money. You're better off removing this ad and having in-content ads that replace it, right? And so what you can do, and what we do on our sidebar ads, if I find it, is that we actually say, okay, you can show this ad on desktop and tablet, but don't even show it on mobile. And so Ezoic, because it's a smart system, actually just doesn't show it, doesn't see it, and then it just has one more space to actually put an ad inside the content. And that means that we make more money from the content on mobile, and our revenue from mobile is higher. So you could also do like ad units just for mobile if you want that, and you can essentially kind of customize the layout based on the device and increase your revenue. And we're going to talk about that in the stats section of this blueprint. So that is another pretty cool trick that you should consider. Now, another trick that I like, and it's going to be a little bit similar to the 2 weeks rule, but when we do outreach for a skyscraper piece. So I remember, for example, there is a piece on Gael. You know what, I'm not gonna go get it, but there's a piece of Gael we did a lot of outreach for. And what I did is I was like, okay, if I wanna get the links, I wanna remove any kind of ads on this. And I wanna be able to add all the ads and remove all the ads without doing complicated settings. And so what we did is in Ad Inserter, we added a new option where any article that has the no ads tag just gets stripped of most ads. So it just becomes very, very clean. So for example, if I was taking a blog post on the site, and let me take an old one with a bunch of ads so that you can see the difference. All right, so let's take this post. You can see there's an ad here, there's an ad on the sidebar, there's an ad after the first paragraph like the other posts. There's one after this title, and there should be some at the end, right? There's these ads at the end. Now, if I go in this post and I add my little tag here, because I decided to do some outreach, let's say we're going to do a lot of outreach and I really want to get more links to that post, then I'm just going to edit that post. And when I'm in the WordPress editor, I'm just going to go to this and I'm going to add the tag no ads, right? I'm going to add this tag. And once I have added this tag here, I'm just going to update the post. And if I refresh the post here that still has the ads, I'm just going to press the refresh button, and normally most ads should be gone. So you can see the page just reloaded, still loading. My internet is very slow right now. But anyway, the ad on top is not here. The ad after the first paragraph is not here. And the ad at the end is not here. So there's a few ads. I think there's one on the sidebar here, but most people are fine with that. Bloggers usually don't like ads in content. They just feel like you're kind of a sellout if you put them, whatever. If they actually come here, apart from that ad on the sidebar here, everything else is gone. There is nothing else. It looks 100% value, and this is very easy to get links to a page like that. Now, when I'm done with my outreach, I go back to my WordPress editor, I go and remove the tag, and I update the post again, and then if I refresh, you will see that it has the ads again. So that should be So that is actually a really cool trick. If you are going to be doing outreach and you want these kind of like little improvements on your results, just having this little no ads tag set up inside your ad inserter is actually super useful. It makes it very easy. You don't have to play with tech or anything, and you can see now I remove the tag and all my ads are back. So if I'm done with my outreach, I just remove it and my content is monetized again. So these are the little tricks that I wanted to show you with Ad Inserter. It's a little bit more advanced and you don't need it to make it work, but it's kind of nice to have them, and I actually appreciate that setup a lot. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in the next video.